Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon Pureza, your host, and I have Katy Monroe with me. Now, as you know, I don't pre-interview any of my guests. Now, I've seen this young lady around a lot, seen her all over Vegas, and we meet and we nod and we say hello, and I always thought, I'd love to have that woman on my show, but at the same time, I've never known what you do. I'm just being honest. I mean, I see her, I think you sing.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Hey, I got that one right. But I'm sure there's a lot of other things you do as well.
It's funny, though, I have to interject and say that I feel the same way, because I would always see you and say, I'm so intrigued, what does she do? But then I found out what you did. and so
I got to get on her show.
They said, can we put you on Nina? I said, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm a singer.
So you are a singer, but you're very tall. I mean, you must take up... she's amazing, because singers, I always think singers have to be very powerful, and you've got that power.
Absolutely. I've been doing it. My first professional job was when I was 16. I was working at Arby's, and I had to have a job for the summer, and so I went and auditioned for a theme park and started singing and dancing professionally at 16. And at 18, I was off on a cruise ship to Germany,
really?
Singing and dancing. So I've been doing it for quite some time.
Now, to get on cruise ships, you've got to be very professional.
Oh, yeah.
Because because you've got to be on there. Were you on for the whole cruise? Well, cruises are what, 10 days, aren't they?
Well,
10,
there's
days?
all kind of different ones. There's world cruises. Some go 90 days.
What was your longest?
The longest one was 10 months.
10 months on the same ship. What, did you travel around the world?
Around the whole entire world. And I had my own show. It's called Miss Monroe XOXO with a 7-piece orchestra. And it was a really amazing experience.
But did you put all this together yourself?
Yes. The Miss Monroe show, yes, I did. Before that, I'd worked for Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, mainly
the celebrities are very high class.
That was my first contract when I was 18.
Really? How did you manage to get that? I mean, there's so many women who want to get this and do this, and very young.
Well, I had the natural ability, and then I begged for voice lessons, and I had a wonderful vocal coach by the name of John Winning.
On the ship or
ship? Back in Indiana, and I just trained and trained and trained.
So you knew you wanted to be a singer, and there was nothing going to stop you?
Absolutely not. There was no other option.
Isn't that amazing? But have you accomplished up until now of what you wanted to accomplish, or where you're going now?
To be honest with you, I have accomplished more than I ever set out to. I just wanted to work as a singer, so I'm trying to set my sights a little higher. When Royal Caribbean came to me and said, we want you to write your own show and produce your own show, I couldn't believe it. And
did you know how to do that?
Not really.
I didn't think so. You were too young.
But I learned very quickly, and I was in Monte Carlo and Amalfi, and they flew me to Turkey, and just right before the COVID, I went to Thailand to do my own show. And so I love traveling. I love seeing the different cultures. I love sharing.
So you could go into a city totally naked. I don't mean literally totally naked, so don't misunderstand me out there, Lady Godiva, coming into... But you can go into a city and you can actually create with all the people there your own show.
Absolutely.
And you can actually use their people in your show.
Yes.
Now they would like that, I would think, because that's employing their people, that's putting it on, and that's also giving them the opportunity.
As long as I have, my show is completely charted for 7 pieces. So as long as I have those 7 pieces and they can read music, we can put on a show.
So it's amazing. And we have trios. I'm sure you all know what a trio is, 3 people in a band, which is most bands.
Yeah.
But when you get into anything above 5, it becomes more of an orchestra, more of a bigger sound, a bigger noise, a bigger... how did you accomplish that? Because that's very hard to accomplish, to have a big band behind you.
Well, I studied music as well, all through college, as well as my vocal lessons and dancing. Mm-hmm. So, and once again, I said natural ability. I mean, a lot of these musicians, they do train, but they have that natural ability.
Funny, I was asking my last guest about people having a voiceover. Do you know who can and who can't? When you talk to them immediately, he said yes.
You know who
can move and who can't move, who can play, who can't play. So you're able do you hold an audition for this and then they come and play for you?
I have, but typically it's word of mouth, knowing different people. I had a duo here before quarantine with Smokey Robinson's MD, Demetrius Pappas, and he's a fantastic musician. So I've really got to work with better musicians than myself, and I've grown so much.
There's nobody better than you.
Hey, I knew I liked her.
There's no one better than you. Because if you can pull these people in that want to play with you, then you've got to be pretty good.
The main
Because
thing,
they're not going to play with somebody that can't sing.
right? The main thing for me too is like being a no name. I have no hit record or something. Being able to captivate the audience and have them return. I think that's been the greatest gift that I've.
So what name do you, when you put on your poster, what name do you put out
Katy
there?
Monroe.
Katy Monroe. So
And that is my birth name.
like Ninon is my birth name, and De Rosa is my married name. So I haven't made up anything like you.
Mm-hmm.
But Katy Monroe, because that's such a great name. So it's like
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, thank you, Mom and Dad. Well, mine are up there, and I don't know yours are still living, right?
Right.
So, well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
So what have you got coming up, and what you're doing?
Okay, so tonight I'll be over at Bill Fane's night at the Nevada Room, and then over to Saddle and Spurs for the Network Personality Awards from Luke Perry's kickoff party.
Oh yeah, that's Luke Perry. I think we're all over there.
Yes.
I think we're gonna pick up Maria Pureza, and we're all gonna go over to this event.
It's going to be a great time, I'm sure of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, well, yeah, because we're all getting honors and everything. Luke Perry's put
Yeah.
this thing on, and it's absolutely amazing.
October 7th.
Yes, that's not until October 7th. Tonight is a preview thing. Are you going to the preview tonight?
I am going to.
Yes, so we're going to all see you there as well.
Yes,
so you've
yes.
got that happening.
And Sunday I'm doing Jimmy Emerson's Drag Brunch at Jimmy's at Madison at noon. You can catch me there a lot of Sundays. They have, it's free to get in. They have bottomless mimosas for $20. You'll see all kinds of performers from the Strip. It's a great time.
It sounds fabulous. How do you get do you have an agent, do you have a manager, or do you just do it yourself?
I do have both. I do it both ways. I typically find that no one works harder than myself. So
You learned that as a young age.
Yes, and then also just being in the business since 16, word of mouth once again comes back around. But luckily I've been on land the last couple of years, and that's been an entirely different experience for me.
You've enjoyed it?
Opened up so many different doors and learning the art of the lounge act. And
I was going to say,
different
are
things.
you still learning of how you can improve yourself, how you can get better, how you can, when you walk out on the stage, there's a certain way. I teach this a lot. There's a certain way you walk out on the stage. There's a certain way you turn. There's a certain way you dress. There's a certain way you do so many things. But the majority of women do not know. And I don't know why they don't know, but they don't. But there is a certain way to grasp. And I think of, there's so many amazing women singers out there. I mean, there's Whitney Houston, she will come on stage and she would look like a star. And that's how you have to look. Is that hard to do?
I think you just have, personally, because look at you, you're gorgeous and you're so put together. Knowing yourself, it's either in you or it's not. You know, it's in you or it's not. And you either are interested in training vocally if you want to be a singer, or you just call yourself a singer and don't train and develop it.
Yeah.
So I'm always learning.
But it's a whole thing together. I mean, you've got to have a voice, but then you've got to look good, and you've got to act good, and you've got to know how to walk on stage. You've got to know how to move in a certain song and not move in a certain song. There's certain things you have to learn. And I see a lot of the singers do the same thing for every song, and I'm thinking, can you change it up a little bit?
I think a lot of times they don't, I've found here anyway, that they don't really know what they're even singing about. And
There's the lyrics. There's the lyrics again. That's funny about lyrics. People listen to a song but not the lyrics. Do singers do the same thing?
you know, there's some singers that are, I worked with a man once that he was all about the notes, and he said, why do you get so emotional when you sing? And I said, because look what it says, my heart is bleeding. And he said, oh, I don't even pay attention to that. I just want the note to be right.
How can you get the song out if you don't have the feeling, I guess?
That's how
what it
I
all
feel.
is. Yeah.
That's exactly I share the same sentiment as you.
Yeah, you've got to have that feeling. You've got to walk. If you walk into a room and you're happy, walk in happy. If you're walking and you're sad, still be happy.
Right? Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
I love it. And how can they get hold of you?
I'm at MissMonroeXOXO.com. You can catch me on Facebook at Katy with a Y Monroe. I'm on Instagram, Miss Monroe XOXO, Twitter,
how can you not miss Katy Monroe? It's a name out there that kind of sticks in your brain. It's
I love you
amazing.
for that. Thanks.
It does. It sticks in your brain. She's all over the place. She's everywhere. But believe me, I know she's everywhere because I'm there. She's there. Now we know. Now we know what we both do. I think that's amazing. Thank you again for watching Vegas Live with Ninon and all the above and everything. I've said it so many times on my show today, but I just want to thank everybody out there for all the support, for helping me get where I am right now. I'm obviously now I'm in the end of my 6th year of Vegas Live with Ninon. That's a long time.
Congratulations.
That's a long time. Every single week we do about 3 or 4 shows, depending on our guests. But to have 3 or 4, 5 people every week is tough. Getting different people all the time. But it's not tough in this town because there's so many performers and I want to get them all on and give them a voice out there. And of course, Pureza, she's actually amazing, my new producer. And of course, we're at the Art House, which is at the Art Center in Las Vegas. We'll be right back. We will be back next week for another show down here at the Art House. And take care, everybody. Don't forget to go to YouTube and look out for Vegas Live with Ninon. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
She's amazing.